All right, we're back for another rewatch, and this time we got episodes 3 and 4. This was 3 and 4, right? Of Falcon and Winter Soldier. Yes, it was
It
3 and 4.
yes.
We did 1 and 2. So, again, just a big roundtable discussion about the episode as a whole. I really like the show. I think episode 4 was the strongest that it's been so far, just like as a whole, not even necessarily stronger than 3. I have a problem with the show that I kind of want to get out of the way is that I feel that the humor is injected in very awkward places, and it like takes me out.
I can agree with that.
And this is specific. It like really called to me on episode 3 when they were having the shootout when they were trying to escape from the bar in Madripoor with Sharon, and Sam and Bucky start arguing. And he's like, "Oh, why'd you go left? Like, you should have followed me this way. Like, I was leading the mission."
Yeah.
And Sharon's like, "Guys, this isn't the time to be arguing about it." And I get it. It was supposed to be like kind of like a funny bickering moment, like brotherly. But it's just like, no, this is genuinely not the time to be doing this right now. And it makes their relationship very odd because one minute, I guess maybe that's supposed to be, again, that brotherly feel that they like hate each other and are really only doing this because they both knew Sam and they're like kind of sad about it. To like, they care about each other so much and they're like joke
Best
around
friends,
and it's just a very jarring shift. And I keep telling myself, I keep asking the question, is it the delivery of the lines or is it just the dialogue itself? And I will say that in the beginning I would have said that it was the delivery of the lines because I've always said me and Mackie have kind of like a up and down relationship with his acting skills anyway. But between issues 3 and 4, he's doing a really good job at saying like issue 4 specifically when he has the conversation with Carly and he's kind of like just like talking about past and you know how he connects with her. That was the most Sam like that I have ever felt Anthony Mackie has been his entire time in the MCU.
That's dope.
I felt like I was actually reading the same from the comic books with that issue. So I was like really pleased with that. So I think he's come a really long way and he's really getting into his groove with the character. So that's what makes me kind of feel like maybe it's just the actual dialogue itself. But again, it could just be the awkward placement. I was having a conversation about this on Twitter, again with Twitter user OmniShambles Craig, great guy. You should all follow him. He made the comment to me. He said he felt a little similar. He said it felt like someone was trying to write for an MCU show rather than it actually being one, or like a good cover band doing a bad cover of another band's song. Which both felt very apt. And I was like, once he said that, I was just like, oh yeah, like that makes sense. And that's where like some of the humor falls for me. So that's like my biggest issue with the show. But other than that,
does it feel like sometimes the humor comes in where it reminds itself that it's an MCU thing and it's like okay, that jokey moments between Sam and Bucky where they're like
exactly, and it's like every moment doesn't have to be lightened up. Like if this is a serious situation, just let it be a serious situation. You guys are literally
each other.
I was gonna say y'all are killing people right in front of my face and like breaking their fingers and stuff. I don't need you to remind me that you're owned by Disney.
We try to forget that part.
You know, it's like it's cool. I got it. It's fine. So yeah, that's like my biggest issue with the show. However, again, I feel like it's progressing very nicely. This was the strongest issue. I think the strongest episode was 4, but I love the inclusion of Zemo in the group.
Oh yes, absolutely. We love Zemo.
He does it. And I also love that whenever something happens, he kind of just like sulks to the side. He's like, I'm not getting involved.
It's got nothing to do with me.
He just disappears and like does his own thing, but he's still like very subtly manipulating the group to do whatever he wants. Also the scene where he like grabbed his purple mask and put it on for the fight, I didn't really get what he had to do that for.
I mean, I loved it just because of like
Yes,
I understand.
It's
in the comic. They wanted to do it, so we let them do it.
All right, that's fine. I'll give them that one. I'll allow it.
I mean, the mask don't even make no damn sense, but just let them do it.
Yeah. So, in this issue, so in episode 3, we kind of like we've got Zemo. We go see him. Bucky has pretty much worked it out so Zemo can break himself out of prison and they don't have to do it and actually be held responsible for it and get in any trouble. And they get him, so they're going to go to Madripoor. They're on track of the Flag Smashers and who have stolen the Super Soldier Serum. That's another one I heard.
They're nice. You did it.
And so I thought that them going to Madripoor was actually really interesting. They played on the Sam was a pimp retcon. It was a little joke in there when they were like walking up.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought that was just a very interesting and honest take on the fact that like
so no, like as he's walking
why would
in,
an American be like dressed up?
And so like as they're walking into this bar, he has he's wearing his little flashy outfit, he's all dressed up, and he says, "Oh, I look like a pimp." So in the 80s, Steve Englehart, when he was writing Captain America, he wrote a retcon for Sam. He took away the fact that he was like this social worker who helped people, and he crashed his plane and like met Red Wing and got the Cosmic Cube and all this stuff like that. He did Sam was a pimp who used to like run the streets, sell drugs, beat women. It was like and like that's how he came into contact with Captain America, because he was like in some criminal activity, and so like Sam fans have hated
black
it.
Man get saved off the streets. What the fuck?
Exactly. So like hated it. It was like horrible. So that lasted for a long time until Rick Remender, when he did his all new Captain America run, they basically retconned that away to say that that was Red Skull manipulating like the Cosmic Cube to make them think that that was real. But it was like that was never the true story. He was never a pimp. He wasn't out here smacking hoes. Like, what the hell? He wasn't doing any of that stuff. Like he was helping the kids, like he always was. So I thought that was actually like really funny when he said that. We also get Sharon making her grand appearance in a moment. Yes. She came in and she was doing it. Like, she did that.
Yeah. I will say that I did wish that she was Mockingbird in this series. Ooh. I felt like it would have...
Adrian Palicki from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Mockingbird?
I mean, not necessarily. I personally would have been fine with any actress that was Mockingbird. We got to bring her back. Just Mockingbird. Right. Only because I felt like that would have been just a really cool reveal for it and making her a part of the show.
I agree. I do love me some Mockingbird. I enjoy it. Obviously, I enjoy it. I'm a fan of Sharon. I'm a fan of the Captain America
like teammates or something.
But yeah, that would have been nice. But I like that it is Sharon, and I like how they're kind of building her relationship with Sam, because Sharon and Sam are actually like really close in the comic books.
I also didn't know that.
Yeah, they have a really good working relationship, a friendship even, especially after Steve died the first time. Sam was right there for her, and yes, but
I did read that. Like,
I mean, she was the one. There was some brainwashing going on, some other stuff. We'll hold it against her. It's fine. Like, it's fine. He got over it. We all got over it. And so I appreciate that, and I appreciate the talk that they had too when she was kind of saying, I stole the shield. I stole like the jetpack for you guys. I didn't have ties to the Avengers to keep me safe and get me out of prison. Now here I am on the run, and you're giving me your empty promises that I don't need that. And like, it's interesting because you are getting Sam being made into Captain America, or his version of Captain America. You know what I'm saying? And it's different from Steve. And there's actually like a comic book that says it in Ed Brubaker's run of Captain America, issue 38. Bucky is like monologuing. He's going into a fight with Sam, and he talks about how he gets a similar feeling with Steve. He's like, not because Sam reminds him of Steve. He's obviously his own man, but he's like, there's this influence that he has. There's something that kind of makes you want him to like believe that the faith he puts in you is like good, because like he truly believes that what he's going to do is going to help. And so you kind of have him here with Sharon, and he's, I guess, starting to realize once again that everybody doesn't have the perks. Like, yes, I may be a black man who's been doing all these things, but I also have my own privileges. You know, I was like an Avenger, so I didn't have to deal with these kind of things. So it's like there's still other people that I have to help in other ways, and you get him working with that. So I really enjoyed that. There was someone else. Oh, how could I forget? Actually, we'll wait for that one. But so we go through that. Things go wrong at the bar. There's great action scenes. I also love how they kind of broke the action scenes up for these episodes. It wasn't as long as the first two, which I feel like might have drained some of the story. And here we get smaller shots, but they're more intense. Bucky in the Princess Bar beating those guys up for Zemo. Yeah. Everything.
I also loved Madripoor. I loved the way that it was like the lighting in it, the design, like the set design and all that stuff for Madripoor was fantastic.
There were no Asian people. For it to be
like off the coast, yeah.
It's just kind of like we didn't see a single one, so that was strange. Did you know the Princess Bar actually first appeared in Wolverine? That is where he goes as Patch.
As Patch, yeah.
Yeah, when he wears his little white tuxedo and his little eye patch. So like as soon as I
think they're coming back here.
I love Madripoor. And so I was honestly looking like throughout the crowd. I was like, maybe they're gonna give us like a little Easter egg and show some short man in like a white dinner jacket or something like that. I was like, just where's
that would have been funny if it would have been a cute Easter egg.
I was like, but that wasn't there. So that was that. But yeah, Madripoor looked great. The Princess Bar looked great. So we get them out. We also meet up with the guy who's like recreated the super soldier serum. Didn't get it that time. And you know, he talks about how he was like very close to recreating it, but then the blip happened. And so then he came back, and then the power brokers have funded him to do it. That's why the Flag Smashers have it. They're trying to do this thing. So do you feel the Flag Smashers are wrong? Are you on their side? Or are you
Absolutely. I'm signing up. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm signing up. Pass me the form.
Oh my gosh, you know, yeah.
They haven't done anything. They haven't said anything wrong to me. It sounds like I need to go help out.
Yeah. Anyway, but then episode 3 ends with Bucky walking out, and who we see Miss Dora Milaje herself.
Yes.
Standing there, and so then we go into episode 4. You know, we've got Ao and Bucky talking about how he broke Zemo out and how like, no, that's not gonna work. He killed our king. He's got to ride. And so Bucky's trying to convince her that we need him. She gives him 8 hours and says we coming for him. And I just like, if there's one thing the MCU has done right, it's the Dora.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
The Dora dolls. The Dora dolls.
Yes.
Okay. The Dora dolls. They are everything. Mm-hmm. And every single woman, like no matter who she is, like she has that same intensity, that same ferocity, like they all feel like warriors, and I think that is amazing about them. Beautiful women. Yes. So we continue on with that. We go in. I also really enjoyed their fight with John Walker.
Oh, they was beating his ass. I was living for Winter Soldier, watching it.
Just like loving it.
He was like, "Hey,"
he was just like, "It is what it is. I don't know what you want me to do." Those girls can battle. That was a really great. That was a really nice little moment. How did you feel about like Bucky speaking Wakandan and all that stuff, and that like whole scene with him and Ao, and like her helping him break through his program?
I thought that was a really like felt scene, and because the acting that Sebastian Stan was giving there, you really felt like he was like, this isn't gonna work. Like,
yeah,
I'm like he really felt like he was just the end of his ropes, and he's tried everything to have, you know, the brainwashing removed or whatever. And when Ao was reciting his trigger words or whatever, and in Russian, which I think is really cool that all the spies like know all these different languages and stuff. I think that's cool. The spies be kind of giving. I see what you mean with the street level. They give.
Come on down.
But I did like that when they finally like said all of his trigger words and it didn't happen for him, like he wasn't under control, like started like crying or whatever. I thought that was really dope. And I think Sebastian Stan looked a little cuter to me with longer hair.
No, I prefer the short.
Oh,
I got the short. But again, that's what I was saying. Like, I feel like episode 4 is like when those moments of like the awkward humor isn't placed in there, it is so good. And like the people are really feeling comfortable in these roles and like they're acting a little bit now. So it's kind of like, okay, it's like I see what y'all are trying to give. So
again, I appreciate these Disney Plus shows really giving these characters the space to breathe and become bigger as far as their personalities and letting that shine for them, because we all know certain characters are always going to be in the forefront as far as the movies go. You know, DC's got the Trinity, and you know, at this point, Marvel's kind of got their own like Trinity kind of growing as far as with Cap, Iron Man, and Thor. Like, you know that they're going to get some stuff. So it's nice to see that with such an expanded roster of characters that other characters can get some more shine.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. And I hope that trend continues. You know, we getting Yelena and all of them as well. So it's like,
oh yeah. And
I
think they've said that she's going to be in that Hawkeye Disney Plus show.
She is.
Yeah.
So, you know, hopefully when Black Widow actually comes out ever, we can see that, and then we'll get Hawkeye and we'll be good to go. One of the other things.
Set photos of your girl Echo.
You saw set photos? You have to send me those.
she's given. I was like, oh wow.
You gotta send me those.
I was like, wow, you just keep winning.
Wow. I'm really excited for that. Okay, yes. Wow, what were we talking about? Falcon and Soldier. No. So eventually, we catch up with Carly and the Flag. Carly is basically like the leader of the Flag Smashers. Oh, okay. I also really love the scene where they go to the place where the woman who kind of was taking care of all the refugees, and like nobody would talk to Sam or Bucky, and they were like asking about, and the guy was telling them, he was like, you know, I can't trust you. Like, I know who you are. I know what you might have been through. He's like, but you're still like this American guy. And again, I love how this show kind of calls back, or not calls back, but gives calls to like America and its problems with systemic racism and like its own dictatorships of some tyranny sometimes. I do feel like they kind of dance around the topic, especially with Sam, and like once John Walker pops back up on the scene when he catches up with Bucky and all them, and he's trying to like assert his authority. And even when people talk to him about like why did he give up the shield and how he shouldn't have done it, I feel like we kind of tiptoe around calling it what it is, like racism. And there's just like this underlying thing, and I feel like it kind of undercuts the theme a little bit. Like say it. Like, we already know what it is. Like, it's very obvious. Like, we get it. We know, like, it's okay to say it, and like, so we can find a way to. And it's like, I don't know if we're purposely not saying it, or if they're trying to wait to use it as like the big bad reveal. It's gonna be like
during his big speech.
Yeah, it's like, this is who our evil person is. It's racism. But it's like, no, it's like, just say it. And I kind of feel like if they don't say it, it'll be a cop out.
A little bit, yeah, for sure.
Like, definitely. But I will say I continue to love hating John Walker, and I love watching him get humiliated, whether it be from the Dora, whether it be from Zemo outsmarting him, whether it be from Carly knocking him out because he does whatever. He does take the leftover serum. You know, we see that once Zemo kind of catches Carly, he crushes all the super soldier serums that she took, but misses one. John Walker grabs that one. He obviously takes it. And we see him like kind of jumped up, but he's going crazy now. Like, his mental is messed up. And then we get Battlestar. Now, I'm sorry, Lamar Hoskins. Poor Agent Hoskins, because when we even first get there, like, you can tell that John is like going crazy, and even Lamar's kind of like, you need to calm down. Like, let Sam go talk to the girl. Let's do this. Let's do that. And you can just tell he's in such an awkward like middle position. I thought it was really interesting hearing the two conversations about when Zemo asked Sam if he would take the serum, and Sam was like, no, with no hesitation. But when Walker asked Hoskins, he was like, hell yeah. And kind of like the different reasonings of that. I thought it shows like even when they're the same, they're still so very different.
Yes.
And it's like watching that play out has been super great, even though it doesn't turn out that good for Hoskins. Here's a spoiler for anyone who has not seen it yet. Hopefully you have. Mr. Hoskins dies.
Carly punched his ass in the chest.
Now, did you hear the ribs crack when she punched
Uh-huh.
him?
Yeah,
Oh
and when
my
he
gosh!
hit the back of
And
that
then he
pillar.
hit the thing, and then the neck. I was like, okay, so yeah, so when they finally catch up with the Flag Smashers, they catch Hoskins because he like cannot fight. Everybody was beating him up. Like he like never got a moment to shine. Like he just was since day one has been kind of bad, which is kind of Battlestar in the comics sometimes. So I guess that's accurate. And they kidnap him when they're all confronting each other. He like tries. Carly's about to like kill John Walker, and Lamar jumps in to try and protect him. She punches him in his chest. He like goes flying, breaks his neck, his back, everything's done. And then we see John Walker kind of go crazy, but everybody's like getting out of there, and he starts chasing one of the guys who was on the team of the Flag Smashers, catches him, takes him outside, like gets him outside in front of everybody. Like there's a big crowd, they're starting to come around. The guy's like, it wasn't me, I didn't do it, I don't know where he is. And John Walker, again, spoiler alert, kills him with the shield. With the shield. Like starts banging it down on him. And then you see him just holding the shield with like blood on it, and you have all the crowd like watching and recording on their phones and things like that. And Sam and Bucky come in, and the episode ends. And it was just like, again, this is America.
That was something. I wasn't expecting him to damn near like decapitate the man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
my neck was hurting.
Like
from Battlestar to that.
I feel like people used to always give or still do anyway, give the MCU flack for being Disney, and it's always, a joke with stuff and it's never that serious. But like
Baby, that was dark.
I mean, that's very dark.
Like that was very dark. We just watched this cop like kill this man in broad daylight, and everyone got it on their cameras. And like, and it's like, again, it's like now we're going to look at it. I'm very excited to get to the next episode now because like we're going to have the fallout from that. All the people who like did this thing to make this man Captain America, and like we see him doing this. Are they going to try and just say, okay, yeah, the man was a terrorist, so it was okay? Are they going to like try and do something to get him out of the spotlight? Then you're going to have Sam, of course, still kind of grappling with it all and having to process that. Then you also got Carly, who's like kind of calling his sister, and she's trying to. Carly's clicking down. I appreciate what the Flag Smashers stand for, but Carly herself, she's clicking down.
She's losing control a little bit of the situation.
Very much so. Very much so.
Over her head, where it is, you are very passionate about your cause, but you don't think you really thought all this all the way through.
Okay.
I do think that I don't think that she is going to make it out of this show. I think she's probably going to die at the end. I also have a guess that the power broker is Thunderbolt Ross.
Oh, okay. What gives you that?
Because I feel like the government or whatever, I feel like is the one who has been trying to get the recreation of the super soldier serum. And I couldn't even think of that. I think he's the one that's trying to get the super soldier serum, and I think that he also, is Red Hulk in the comics, right? He's probably going to want to try to get something where he ends up taking it himself. So I feel like he is the power broker currently.
Oh, okay. That's just my guess. So you think we're going to a Red Hulk world?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I'd be into that.
Or at the very least, he is going to be trying to get the serum or whatever to make like the Thunderbolts or something. But I do think that he is trying to get to a Red Hulk.
Okay, I can see either one of them. I would appreciate some Thunderbolts, and I could definitely see Thunderbolts spinning out of this. I mean, we got Zemo. I don't
know what's going on with Zemo. They obviously I don't know if he's done. I think that the Dora are probably also still chasing after him. So I don't know if they're going to what they're going to do with him, because if you don't watch,
he gets away. He gets away. He got away again.
Which I love, which is very Zemo and comic books, because it's, why did y'all trust him? It's Zemo.
Like we knew exactly what was going on, and it was always great to just kind of watch him slinking around and like just doing stuff, meeting with the kids, giving them Poor kids love candy. We got to teach our kids to stop loving candy because they will do anything.
Well, I can't tell them that because I love it my damn self. So
It's bad.
I
Like
also I like that scene with the kids and the candy because that to me showed how Zemo thinks versus how the others think because they just went around just kind of like looking for him because
bulldozing into the place.
Sam is the superhero and Bucky's a
Bucky's,
spy. He's
yeah.
like they're asking people or whatever, but Zemo is like no, the kids they're the ones who got the answers.
You gotta look at the ones who see everything. That's why I kind of want Sam to talk to birds again. I want that ability in the MCU. I was like reading some Captain America comics earlier today, and like he was doing some recon with like Tony Stark and stuff like that. He was like, "Oh, my sources saw whoever," and he was like, "Who were they?" And he was like, "It was some pigeon." And I was just like, "Yeah." I was like, "I kind of want that again. I want that type of aerial view ability." But yeah, love the scene with Zemo and the kids. That was great. I just love Zemo in general. He's actually probably like top 3 of my MCU villains.
Yeah, that could be fair. Yeah, he's fantastic. You already know why I want Zemo to continue. I mean, listeners and everybody, y'all already know what I'm waiting for him to get to.
So I did think I had a thought last night, and I might just be reaching here, but I was like, I wonder if they'll find a way to tie Sam and Moon Knight together, because Sam's role in the MCU, he's like you said, he's been a counselor for vets with like suffering from PTSD and trauma and stuff like that, and that is very much Moon Knight. And so
maybe he's doing it again or something, and like
I was crossing my fingers for the people who can't. For the people who are listening and not watching, I was crossing my fingers. So yeah, I would like that connection to be made some type of way.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
You know what? That to me sounds like you probably already know that's in the works. And because I swear, if you say it, it ends up happening.
It's just like I just put really positive energy out into the universe sometimes. It's just like but yeah, so that was that. Really excited for the next episode. Loving the show so far. We only got 2 more. So be ready for another little double feature.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, that brings us to the end of the show. You can find us on Twitter at Another Relaunch. You can find us on YouTube also at Another Relaunch TV. Going to be looking out for that. And you can find us if you have any questions, comments, or whatever, any of your own relaunches, suggestions you want us to read out loud, send us an email at anotherrelaunch@gmail.com. You can find me on social media, wherever I'm at Uncanny LZ. I'm trying to like change all of my social media stuff into the same thing.
I thought we had this discussion and we agreed that you weren't going to do that.
Oh, well, I did it. So if it's Uncanny LZ on something, that's probably me. So, Keenan, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter and IG and most other social media content at Keenan Lance. There's an underscore at the end. And so I actually want to announce to everyone that I'm very upset right now. We were going to do another reread.
Okay.
And we were going to announce it today. So for next week, everybody could kind of read along with us and talk about it and hear the thoughts. We put a nice little poll out. I looked at the results. It's a tie. So we tied. So the choices were JLA Titans, Technos Imperative, Avengers No Surrender, Batman Under the Red Hood, Dark Avengers versus the X-Men. There has been a tie for JLA Titans and Avengers No Surrender.
Ooh.
So I'll let you break the tie.
Me? What? Okay. Oh no! Damn, put me on the spot. How long is JLA and Titan versus Titans?
3 issues.
Oh, I don't know. Was that?
Yeah, they're like 3 long issues though.
Okay, like extended issues. Okay, I've never read that.
JLA Titans, it is.
Yeah.
JLA Technically imperative. All right, that's the reread for next week. Boom.
Okay, boom. All right, y'all. Let's get up out of here. Don't forget to read JLA versus Titans, and we'll see you guys next week.